Welcome to the Daily Rewind with me, your boy HB, back with another video. So this one is going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one. So this video is going to be about the Congressional Black Caucus. So I came across this video from a sister on YouTube. I was looking at YouTube yesterday, and she go by the name of Savvy Sav. And when I was watching the show yesterday, she was breaking down, talking about the Congressional Black Caucus. She reading from this website and talking about the silence that the Congressional Black Caucus has been when it comes to Gaza. And as she was reading from this website, breaking it down on her show, my mouth dropped to the point to where after watching her show, I went to the website that she provided and read word from word to take it all in myself. And I couldn't believe the stuff that I was reading from that website. Also to know that this stuff has been going on since the 1970s. So let's get into it. According to thenation.com, this is where I got this from. Quote, the Congressional Black Caucus silent partnership with AIPAC. More than a year has passed since the International Court of Justice, the United Nations' highest judicial body, issued its first order in the landmark case brought against Israel by South Africa, which contends that Israel has been committing acts of genocide in the war of Gaza. The ICJ found that, with respect to the rights of the Palestinians in Gaza to be protected from acts of genocide, and the rights of South Africa to seek Israel compliance, South Africa's case was plausible. Plausible meaning a restraint word that, in this context, fails to convey the harsh truth of the war Israel has been conducting. Palestinians are being starved, displaced, and slaughtered.
Bruh.
More than 60,000 Palestinians have died, and 1.9 million are being brutally displaced in a manner eerily similar to the dispossessions of their forebears in the Nakba of 1948. By the end of September, according to a group of international food aides, more than 600,000 Palestinians will be experiencing famine, a completely preventable calamity marked by extreme food deprivation, acute malnutrition, and starvation-related deaths. Yet to this day, the Congressional Black Caucus, the long-standing corps of lawmakers dedicated to safeguarding civil rights, has not issued a formal declaration condemning Israel. Not one. It hasn't even produced a statement calling for a ceasefire. The CBC silence isn't accidental. More than half of its current 61 members has been endorsed or funded by the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, also known as AIPAC, the powerful U.S. lobbying arms of Israel agenda. In the 2023-2024 election cycle alone, AIPAC endorsed 26 of the caucus members, raising 4.6 million of them, and another 3.5 million for Black Democratic candidates.
Bruh.
By accepting AIPAC endorsement and money, CBC members are, to be used as a biblical terms of phrase, selling their birthright for a mess of pottage. AIPAC readily set aside the political concerns of the CBC and efforts spending lavishly on campaigns for GOP members of Congress targeting measures of racial equality, excuse me, which totaled more than 17 million in the 2023 and 2024 cycle. So my problem is, why the will is any member of the Congressional Black Caucus taking funds from a organization that also is helping out the GOP? That's the shit I forgot to put my beat. That's the stuff I don't understand. Why would you want to be affiliated with an organization that's also helping out your people on the other side? I don't get that. That. Mm-mm. Moving along, AIPAC, together with its two political action committees, AIPAC, PAC, and United Democracy Project, has one purpose: defending Israel at all costs. We support candidates based on one criteria: their commitment to strengthening the U.S. Israel relationships. End quote. AIPAC spokesperson Marshall Whitman told Politico in 2024. This single issue litmus test means that the CBC, is now beholden to a group that is far more concerned with the state of Israel than it is with the Caucus core mission. And the CBC's resulting silence not only damaged its credibility, but also jeopardized its ability to advocate for the interests of Black Americans, many of whom recognize and campaign to eliminate a people. One glaring example of this clash of interests is AIPAC's targeting of Black lawmakers such as Cori Bush in Missouri, who lost her seat in 2024 for speaking out against Israel crimes against humanity. As one example, look at what happened to my New York brother, Jamal Bowman. In 2023, while serving as a Democratic representative from New York, Bowman co-sponsored a resolution seeking to ensure that U.S. funds to Israel would not be used to harm Palestinian children. This was seen as uncontroversial aim, but not for AIPAC and its allied PACs. Quote, our ancestors were slaves and endured the Black codes, Jim Crow, and housing discrimination. End quote. Bowman said in an interview with The Nation. Quote, as people who come from that, we have the moral authority to push back on AIPAC's agenda. We are against genocide. We are against starvation of children. And we are against harming innocent people in any context. End quote. But Bowman learned the cost of speaking truth to the spending powers of AIPAC. Quote, when you go against one of their pieces of legislation, depending on what it is, they would email you, relentlessly call you, relentlessly protest outside your office, and stop you from even being able to do your job. End quote. He continued. And this coordinated campaign was merely a prelude. In the 2003, 2023, 2024 election cycle, AIPAC spent $100 million, much of it raised for Republican megadonors, targeting Democrats it deems hostile to Israel. That including a president outlay of $15 million in a single House race by the group it in its successful primary challenge against Bowman. He was replaced on the Democratic ticket by AIPAC endorsed former Westchester County Executive George Latimer, a white candidate with a record of racist remarks. So this is the part that got me that I'm about to go into. When I told you guys this, this goes back to the 1970s, this part right here is what shocked me. This really, really shocked me. I couldn't believe what I'm about to read to you guys. I couldn't believe it when I read it and heard about it the first time. The U.S. lobby supports for black lawmakers have always rested on their uncritical backing of Israel. On January 30th, 1972, Representative Charles Diggs, chair of what was then a 13-member caucus, announced plans for a national black political convention to take place March 10th through the 12th in Gary, Indiana, to identify and ratify a national black political agenda for 1972 and beyond. More than 10,000 black Americans, black nationalists, intellectuals, civil rights groups, and the CBC met in Gary and published a 55-page national black agenda, continuing resolution, and recommendations for measures to promote black equality and racial justice. Debate swirls around several measures considered for the platform, including economic empowerment, the possible formation of a third party representing black Americans, and whether the agenda should endorse busing to achieve integration in public schools. But the continuous debate devolved into irreparable rupture when it came to the question of Israel and Palestine. Black nationalists demanded resolution to cut U.S. aid to Israel, return Palestinian land, and affirm Palestinian self-determination, but members of the CBC recoiled. Facing pressure from the Jewish organization, the CBC denounced the resolution, affirmed its support for Israel, and refused to endorse the national black agenda. Instead, the caucus drafted its own platform, which plotted a decidedly moderate course, especially in foreign policy. 1 year after its inception, the Congressional Black Caucus chose alliance with Israel lobby over the support for the Palestinian advocates by politically and then independent pro-black organization, a choice that continues to define the CBC politics today. End quote. When I read and the article could see it's more after this. But you guys can go on thenation.com and search, Congressional Black Caucus and the silent partnership with AIPAC. I was very, very disappointed after reading that. Because like I stated earlier, I don't understand how you can align yourself with someone that's also in favor with the other side. And you know what the other side represents. And I also went back and looked because I was like, well, have the CDC, have the CBC ever put out an article, a statement, or because they put out statements. I went back and I didn't see one statement about ceasefire or anything pertaining to Gaza, and also the look at also when for me to go do my research and look at the number of lawmakers who take money from them. And it's easy. You could go on search numbers that take, money from AIPAC, and there's so many members of the Congressional Black Caucus that has got their palms wet with AIPAC money. And for me, that's after this election that just passed in 2024, like I told you guys, I've been voting Democrat ever since I was 18 years old. And after this election, I decided to do my research and do my homework. And which is why I don't affiliate myself with the Democratic Party anymore. I'm on the independent spectrum. And I will no longer be voting for a candidate who takes money from AIPAC. I'm not doing it. I cannot align myself with a party or with a candidate who is cool with this. That's a no-go for me. I'm sorry. I can't do it. This stuff has opened my eyes. And I mean, it's a lot of them that taking money from AIPAC. And the fact that you see what's going on over there in Gaza and you're not saying anything, you're not opening your mouth, you're not even voicing your concerns, you're not saying nothing. Nah, that's a sucker move, man. I can't respect you. I can't respect no individual that has to open their mouth and say nothing. But I see why they don't say anything because they beholden to them. They can't, even if they wanted to. Man, these politics is something else, man. When you do your research and you really do your research and you see what's going on, I was appalled. I ain't gonna front, I was. So I would say to my people, just do your research. Do your research. Cause for me, this ain't it. I I sure ain't rocking with that. I'm good. Cause if you down with APAC, I ain't down with you. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good day. Please do me a favor and like and subscribe. I would love to have you over here at the Daily Rewind. Rock with your boy. Let's build this team. You guys have a good day. Peace.